afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Wednesday. Charlotte Celeste in for Susan, and you're off tomorrow.
I am.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Vegas, baby.
Why?
Because I'm going to see Barry Manilow. Yes, I am.
And I'll tell you, it's going to be you're going to have the time of your life.
I already have my yellow feather boa ready to go.
I told you to buy one.
Well, yeah, because he said it'd be cheaper here than it is there at the store.
At the gift shop.
So I took that advice.
All right.
I'll send you pictures.
Send pictures. Say hi to Barry for us.
I will. All right, we have a lot of news to get to today. Human remains have been found during the search for Brian Laundrie. So are we any closer to knowing what happened to him? We will share the latest from Florida.
The father of Major Harris, the 3-year-old boy who's been missing since last Thursday, thinks Milwaukee police aren't doing enough, and he's letting everybody know it.
And Madison activists, they're demanding a man's release who was arrested while one officer accidentally shot another on State Street.
Let's take a look outside. Another unfall-like day.
Gorgeous.
This horse is liking it.
Good day to eat some grass, don't you think?
I guess so. Any day is a good day. You're a horse. The weather word's cooling down. Austin's in the backyard to let us know how low it's going to go.
Yeah, and these temperatures have been very nice over the last few days, but we are looking at some cooler temperatures that really aren't too far away. 72 degrees outside right now, and with some sunshine, starting to see a little bit more cloud cover here at our studio especially, but it still feels great overall outside. Now you look at our Doppler track, and not all of us are staying dry. I'd say about 99% of us are staying dry right now, but there are a few showers here and there around the area, so do keep that in mind. It is still going to be a possibility here for the rest of today, and a few more showers are going to be possible again later on tonight and even for tomorrow morning. But our current temperatures, again, really feel fantastic outside with minimal wind speeds right now. Again, these temperatures and the sunshine just all comes together to make a pretty beautiful day out there. But our wind speeds are between around 5 and even 15 miles per hour for some areas, so some spots are seeing a little bit stronger breezes. And then later on tonight, a few more of those scattered showers, as I mentioned, but temperatures only dropping down to about 50 degrees, so that's some good news right there. But we do have some chilly days ahead of us, and we do need to keep that in mind because the high temperature of 72 degrees here for today, that's not going to be the case going into the extended forecast. In fact, some nights we're going to get down very close to freezing. Some spots could even get down below freezing, so make sure you stay tuned. Later on in the broadcast, I'll have a look at your extended forecast, which includes some pretty chilly low temperatures at times.
All right, we'll see you in a few minutes, Austin. Thank you. Breaking news this afternoon, law enforcement sources and a family attorney say items believed to belong to Brian Laundrie and potential human remains have been found in a Florida wilderness park during the search for clues in the slaying of his girlfriend, Gabby Petito. Searchers, including Laundrie's parents, found unspecified articles that belonged to Laundrie, and law enforcement efforts were ramped up. A cadaver dog and the medical examiner were called into the scene once the discovery was made. The FBI held a press conference today acknowledging the remains, but saying that it'll be at least a day before they're identified. Laundrie is a person of interest in the death of Petito, who was reported missing September 11th. Her body was found September 19th on the edge of Wyoming's Grand Teton National Park, and the coroner concluded she was strangled. The father of a missing little boy is thankful for people who have helped search, but angry and frustrated with Milwaukee police.
3-year-old Major Harris has been missing for almost a week now, and despite police finding the bodies of his mother and the man they think killed her. Brady Mallory listened to more of what the father had to say in an emotional press conference this afternoon. Brady?
Well, Major's father, Carlton, and other family members spoke for about 15 minutes in downtown Milwaukee today. They want everyone to know the devastation they're experiencing right now, and they hope someone can help. Well, he also expressed immense frustration with Milwaukee police. When asked if he felt like investigators are doing their job, he said, quote, "Hell no." Carlton Harris criticized them for not doing enough to find his son and says too much time has passed.
I've been out here walking, searching for my son. I have seen no dogs. They ain't went through no water or no nothing. They ain't searched no lakes, no nothing. I'm not understanding that.
Police have said Major's mom's body showed signs of obvious trauma, and the suspect in his disappearance died after shooting himself. If anyone has information about the case or about Major, please contact Milwaukee Police.
A gathering outside the Dane County Jail this afternoon called for K'Twan Richardson's release. He's the man who Madison police arrested during a struggle on State Street that led to an officer being shot, apparently by another officer. Richardson was spotted on a security camera last week when an officer stopped him for breaking curfew. A struggle ensued, and police officer Keith Brown allegedly fired his gun into another officer's leg. MPD did not initially make clear whether K'Twan, who was carrying a gun, fired the shot or if it was friendly fire. But this week, the Department of Justice announced its investigation found Officer Brown was responsible for the shooting. Now Freedom Inc. wants to see Richardson released.
The police repeatedly emphasized that K'Twan was holding a firearm as a means to justify his violent arrest. But K'Twan said he kept a gun on him because he did not feel safe in Madison.
Freedom Inc. and others plan on going to the courtroom to show support for K'Twan, again asking the judge to release him.
4 more bills making abortions harder to get in Wisconsin cleared the state Senate today. The next step is to the governor's desk, where he'll most certainly veto them.
Naomi Coles is at the Capitol to put this in context with a decade-long trend.
Yeah, these bills are really just the latest in what's been 10 years of new state laws, starting under former Governor Scott Walker, designed to limit abortion access in Wisconsin. Republican senators today approved 4 bills that, if signed, would mean people can't use Medicaid for most abortions, and also would put requirements on what doctors can tell patients about drug-induced abortions. A reproductive rights expert at UW-Madison says this is part of 10 years of added restrictions.
We have seen the closure of several abortion healthcare facilities since the implementation of a rash of restrictions since 2011. So we went from being considered a relatively okay state to access abortion to what is now considered a hostile state for abortion access.
Now, all this comes as the U.S. Supreme Court weighs a case over an abortion law in Mississippi. That decision could overthrow the landmark Roe v. Wade decision from 1973. Now, in Wisconsin, what that means is that an immediate reversal would happen back to an 1800s-era law which criminalizes all abortions with no exceptions in the state. Why that is coming up tonight at 5 o'clock.
Naomi, we'll see you then. Reporting live from the state capitol. Thank you. Today, President Biden goes to his birthplace of Scranton, Pennsylvania, to make another public push for his infrastructure, social spending, and climate proposals.
Behind the scenes, negotiations continue between the president and congressional Democrats as they try to reach a deal on the legislation. Skylar Henry has the latest from Capitol Hill.
After a series of White House meetings with Democrats this week, CBS News has learned new details about the social spending bill negotiations.
We're just working to arrive at the consensus that is clearly moving in an incredibly positive direction.
The president lowered his target price range to just under $2 trillion, with Democrats possibly slashing paid family leave from 12 weeks down to 4 and tossing out tuition-free community college. The Democrats are hoping to preserve Medicare expansion, universal pre-K, and a short-term extension of the child tax credit.
It is transformative. It is the New Deal. It is Social Security for children.
Party leaders are pushing to reach consensus on a framework by the end of the week. But climate change continues to be a major sticking point. West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin has opposed key clean energy provisions, and he says the carbon tax, which rewards companies that reduce emissions, is not on the board.
No climate, no deal, no compromising on the future of these wonderful young people.
Democratic leaders have a self-imposed deadline at the end of October to reach a final agreement on the social spending and climate package that would also allow them to move forward on the roughly $1 trillion bipartisan physical infrastructure bill as well. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
California Congressman Ro Khanna, a Progressive Caucus member, told reporters they are holding a conference call today to discuss alternative climate change proposals.
He says caucus members will report their ideas back to the White House. And the Biden administration is preparing for the authorization of the Pfizer vaccine for kids ages 5 to 11 as the FDA considers booster shots for the Moderna and Johnson & Johnson vaccines. Once the FDA and CDC sign off, the White House COVID response team says its distribution plan would target kid-friendly spaces, including more than 25,000 pediatric and primary care provider sites, as well as hospitals, pharmacies, and schools. So these shots will use smaller needles, and the administration says it'll launch a campaign to educate parents.
We will make sure that we are reaching parents in their language and through the people they trust.
And breaking news right now, U.S. regulators allow mixing of COVID-19 shots for boosters and clear boosters for Moderna J&J doses. This still needs to pass the CDC approval, which could come tomorrow. The building housing Pison's restaurant, among other businesses and offices closed by Madison's building inspections due to structural concerns, will be reopening this week. City officials said that while all above-ground spaces are good to go, work is continuing on the building's parking garage. Work on the facility had been ongoing prior to its closure on September 10th. The building was evacuated out of an abundance of caution.
Fentanyl testing strips are an important arrow in the quiver of intravenous drug users, making sure that the product they bought is what the user thinks it is. However, they are illegal in the state. Well, today a public hearing was held on a bill that wants to change all that. It would not change the legality of either heroin or fentanyl. Those would still remain illegal. However, it would make it easier for drug users to test their gear, potentially avoiding overdoses due to fentanyl. This would also potentially lessen the strain on emergency workers, who are the ones called when an individual does overdose.
It's not going to tell you the quantity of what it contains, but it will identify fentanyl present in whatever substance you are getting. These are valuable, life-saving, and very inexpensive tool that can give results in approximately 5 minutes, and truly it can be a matter of life and death.
The strips are currently considered drug paraphernalia. However, with this bill having bipartisan support, it is expected to pass.
A Canadian food truck is getting creative with social distancing. East Coast Donair in New Brunswick is delivering meals using remote-controlled monster trucks. A pair of vehicles are scale models. The food truck got the idea from a worker who owns a remote-control car. They hitched a trailer to the back of it, put the order on the trailer, and sent it to the waiting patrons. East Coast Donair says their unique version of contactless delivery is a big hit with customers, especially the younger ones. Good idea. Well, still to come at 4, it's becoming a fall tradition in Madison, the Gleam exhibit at Old Brook Gardens.
We'll take you on a tour as the gardens come to life at night. That's when we come back.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Your eyes, beautiful on the outside, but if you have diabetes, there can be some not so pretty stuff going on the inside. It's true. If you have diabetes, you know high blood sugar is the root of the problem, but that excess sugar can cause the blood vessels to be seriously damaged. And when that happens, this could happen: vision loss or even blindness. That's right. Diabetic retinopathy is a leading cause of blindness for adults in the U.S. But even though you can't see it, there is something you can do about it. Remember this: now is the time to get your eyes checked. Eye care is an incredibly important part of your long-term diabetes management. See a path forward with actions and treatments that may help your eyes and protect against vision loss. Just say to yourself, "Now I see." Then go see an eye care specialist. Visit nowic.com to get the facts about diabetes, your eyes, and what you can do next to take control of your sight. Brought to you by Regeneron.
Oh, baby, I have sinned. Baby, this is my last confession. You know I've never been no good. But when I'm with you, it feels like heaven. I'm begging for mercy, baby. Yeah.
So, what do you think?
I love it.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
Important healthcare announcement. If people tell you your TV is too loud, or if listening in some environments has become difficult, we are requesting your participation in a special program called the 30-Day Challenge. Hearing Life Hearing Centers are seeking people with hearing difficulties to evaluate a new digital mini hearing aid now being released. To take part in this event, you must call. Please get a pencil and write down the number below. All people with hearing aids or hearing difficulties are wanted to take part in the 30-Day Challenge, evaluating a new high-tech device that sits discreetly behind your ear. This hearing aid is Bluetooth enabled and is rechargeable. All hearing assessments are performed at no charge for those taking part in the challenge. Participants will try these hearing aids for 30 days. Call the number below and take the Hearing Life 30-Day Challenge.
A new name for Facebook?
Well, according to the tech news site The Verge, Facebook plans to announce its new name next week. The report says the company wants to be known for more than social media. Facebook also owns Instagram and WhatsApp. The move would position all three platforms under one brand. The rebranding comes as Facebook faces criticism from regulators around the world over its business practices. A company spokesperson says they're not commenting on the report, calling it rumor or speculation.
Humans have emitted so much carbon dioxide into the atmosphere that there are now machines being used to literally suck the gas back in like a giant vacuum cleaner. It's an attempt to slow the climate crisis and prevent some of its most devastating consequences. The Orca plant is known as a direct air carbon capture facility. The aim of Orca is to help the world reach net zero emissions, which means removing as much greenhouse gas from the atmosphere as is emitted. The machines use chemical filters to capture the heat-trapping gas. The fans or metal collectors suck in the surrounding air and filter out the carbon dioxide so it can be stored.
People who have not gotten the COVID vaccine are more than 18 times more likely to be hospitalized with the disease. That's from the CDC director. During Wednesday's White House briefing, Dr. Walensky also said the unvaccinated are 6 times more likely to contract COVID and 11 times more likely to die from it. The agency is using data from several parts of the country during the month of August. Officials say COVID cases and deaths in the U.S. are down slightly this week.
Health leaders in the United Kingdom are demanding an immediate introduction of COVID-19 restrictions to avoid what they are calling a winter crisis. The National Health Service Confederation is urging the government to introduce measures such as mandatory face coverings in crowded and enclosed spaces, quote, without delay. The call comes as the UK recorded Tuesday its highest daily COVID-19 deaths since March. That's 223. On Monday, the country recorded its highest number of daily cases, nearly 50,000 since July. Now experts fear the NHS could be at risk of being overwhelmed.
The National Guard could step in to help with the supply chain crisis. Business groups are pressing the White House to help find a solution to address the ongoing bottleneck issues. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says he's not ruling out the possibility of either easing tariffs or using the National Guard to help unload cargo. The supply chain mess has caused delayed shipments, rising the cost of goods, and shelves have been left empty at stores across the country.
A rise in symptoms of Tourette syndrome, mostly among teen girls, are being reported all over the world now. According to the Wall Street Journal, researchers say the social media app TikTok could be to blame. Many of the girls reporting new tics shared an interest in watching TikTok videos from influencers with Tourette's. These reports soared in recent months, saying researchers from Rush University Medical Center who called it a pandemic within a pandemic. Experts say many of the same girls also had a history of anxiety or even depression. Doctors say the tics are likely being learned and copied from the videos and can be treated with therapy.
Stocks closed mixed on Wall Street, with tech stocks taking a hit. The Dow Industrials added 152 points, closing at 35,609. The NASDAQ fell 7, but the S&P 500 was up 16.5. Well, this month you can see Madison's Old Brick Gardens in a whole new light.
The annual art exhibit Gleam is back this year after being canceled last year due to the pandemic. Artists from around the world have illuminated the 16-acre property.
Our Susan Simon shows us the sensory experience that is the Botanical Gardens at night.
So this one is actually like 2 years in the making because of COVID. We have 7 installations, and we have artists from all over, literally from Madison to Australia, and everything in between. So you'll see twinkly lights, video projections, and all sorts of surprises.
So each individual exhibit is done by an individual artist?
Yes, or a group of artists.
And if you've been to Gleam in the past, are they different this year? Is it different every year?
It is different every year. So you'll not see the same thing 2 years in a row.
How does it work? If you've never been to the Gleam exhibit, when you come to Olbrich Gardens, how does it work?
Sure. Well, new this year, you have to buy your tickets in advance, so you would do that first for a time slot, and then you can show up to the gardens. We have a route for people to follow around the gardens, lit with different colored lights, and you can just wander and marvel at all the lights and all the surprises, and just the gardens at night are so beautiful, so people really enjoy just taking that all in, too. And then, you'll go all the way around the gardens and kind of end up back where you started.
You walk at your own pace. It's not a guided tour, so you can take as much time as you want.
Yep.
And how do you learn about each installation?
Sure. So we have a virtual exhibit guide, actually, so you can scan a QR code on your phone and pull up all the information that you need about the artist, or there's signs on site, too, that you can view that as well. And then we also ask people to vote for their favorite after they're done, too, to help us determine who the best in show is.
Does the artist get a little prize? Or
bragging rights. Yeah, lots of bragging rights.
That's worth it.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about where we're standing right now.
Sure.
I've never seen anything like this exhibit. It's beautiful.
This one is pretty spectacular. This one is by an artist named Jen Fuller, and she was an artist in 2019 as well. She actually won Best in Show that year. And so this one's titled Reflection, and it is amazing. It's stunning, like you said, a perfect reflection into the sunken garden pool. I think this is the one that visitors tend to spend a lot of time at. It's just very mesmerizing, and they don't want to walk away from it.
Nightbirds is a flock of neon birds positioned in the trees. It's not just a visual experience this year, it's a sound experience too. So the artist actually came and installed all of this. The projector, So how long does it take to get set up for this?
A couple weeks.
Really?
Yeah, so we didn't do Blooming Butterflies this year. Hopefully that'll be back next year. But as soon as Blooming Butterflies is done, mid-August, we go right into Gleam setup.
Some installations this year are more interactive, like the rainbows that gleam brighter the faster people swing. Are there any COVID restrictions this year?
Sure, so we ask people to wear a mask inside. Obviously, Dane County has that going on right now. Once you're outside, you are not required to wear a mask, but our route is one way so that people don't double back on each other, and we can just keep everybody going the same way for everybody's safety.
And if you go through and see all 7 installations, how long does it take?
I would say at least an hour, depending on how much time you want to spend in each one, but, plan on a good hour.
Has it been very popular?
It has been very popular, yes. We're on par to break attendance records this year, but there's still plenty of tickets left. Weekdays tend to be a little bit quieter than weekends, but yeah, plenty of tickets. Just go to olbrichgleam.org.
And you have to seize the day because it only runs until the end of the month.
It does, October 30th, and then it's done, so get over here soon.
Wow, that is great.
I love this. So Gleam is open on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays until October 30th from 6:30 to 10:30 p.m.
As Susan mentioned, you need tickets. They're $15, and you have to book in advance. To purchase tickets or for more information, go to olbrichgleam.org.
Oh, we need to go.
Yep, absolutely. It gets dark.
Great.
We'll go there by
Early
6:30.
enough.
Yep.
Still to come at 4, a legendary story out of Boston.
It involves John Legend and a super fan. That's coming up after Austin's first warn forecast.
Your heart is at the heart of everything you do. And if you have heart failure, there's a medicine specifically made for heart failure, Entresto. It's a heart failure medicine prescribed by most cardiologists. Entresto is proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Heart failure can change the structure of your heart, so it may not work as well. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. And with a healthier heart, there's no telling where life may take you. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure, and trust your heart to Entresto.
Welcome to the lifestyles of the smart and savvy. When it comes to saving money, the Marshalls are masterful. But back in the day, that was not the case. Today, savings is what drives them. That's why they chose Consumer Cellular.
You live and learn.
They get the same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Imagine talk, text, and data starting at $20 a month. Plus, AARP members get exclusive discounts. Switch today and get $100.
For over 60 years, Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland has brought joy and happiness to Midwest families. And now through Wednesday, we're celebrating our Toyland tradition by offering great deals for everyone's wish list. Like this remote control cat truck, only $42.99. Women's Alfred Dunner fashion collections are half off. Plus, help others' wishes come true with Kids Helping Kids. Donate new unwrapped toys and we'll match up to $200,000. Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland, where wishes come true for everyone. Don't miss our store-wide celebration now through Wednesday.
There are lots of people who are confused about which Medicare plan is right for them.
Hey, that's me. I barely know where to start.
Well, start here with me, Karen. I'm a licensed Humana sales agent.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Karen. I'm John Smith.
Hi, John. At Humana, we know you're unique, so you have different needs from other John Smiths.
Yeah, I've always thought so.
And together, we can find a plan that's right for you.
Great. I go to the doctor a couple of times a year, and I have some prescriptions, but I'm never fully sure of what's covered and what's not.
With Humana's all-in-one Medicare Advantage plans, you get coverage for hospital stays, doctor visits, and Part D prescription drug benefits, all for an affordable and sometimes no monthly plan premium.
Do you have any more information?
Sure. I'll get a decision guide in the mail to you today. They're free.
Finally, someone who understands the real me.
Call or go online now to get your free decision guide. Call a licensed Humana sales agent today. Humana, a more human way to healthcare.
Take a look at this. This gives houseboat a whole new meaning. Some people will go to great lengths to make their dream home a reality. A couple in Newfoundland, Canada, always admired a little greenhouse on a point in the Bay of Islands. The house was set to be torn down to make room for a bigger home. Well, Danielle Penny asked her dad, a professional house mover, if this could be done, and he said yes. So she said yes to buying it. At one point, the move looked doomed when one end of the home slipped into the water, but the community stepped in to help. Local boaters who saw what happened made their way to the floating house to save the day. Eventually, Danielle's dream house made it across to the other side. Really?
That looks quite a sight. Yeah, it looks like it's sinking.
Looks like you're going to have some
little water damage. Maybe they put plastic or something.
Let's hope something.
Yeah, that doesn't look ideal.
Well, yeah, Dad, I want that home. Let's bring it over to the other side.
Was there a witch underneath
at
the other end? All right, get ready to get hungry. It's a day with sweet and savory join forces in the best kind of way.
I hope you're hungry. Today is National Chicken and Waffles Day. The southern staple of chicken and waffles have been around for more than 150 years. It is unknown where the dish originated exactly, but it is common among African Americans and the Pennsylvania Dutch. I've never had chicken and waffles before. Have you?
I have not either, but we came very close when we were in Vegas last month because there's a Yardbirds there, and they're famous for their. So check it out.
You just tell me where to go.
I will.
All right.
Austin, you ever had it?
I have, yeah. It's one of my favorites as well.
Really?
Definitely highly recommended. I do have actually some Pennsylvania families, so that might be where it comes from right there. But yeah, definitely a great meal. Highly recommend. Yeah, definitely 2 thumbs up for me right there. And this forecast, it gets 1 thumbs up for me because we are going to cool things down. We still have a few more rain chances, but still a few very nice days to talk about. So I'll have a look at your extended forecast coming up right after the break.
By
Tense Golfland now offers 2 indoor golf and multi-sport simulator suites. Play over 100 championship golf courses with unmatched golf swing data and visualization. Or play other sports and games using real sports equipment. The Tense Golfland Simulator Suites provides a fun indoor entertainment experience.
To be a thriver with metastatic breast cancer means asking for what we want and need, and we need more time. So we want Kisqali. Women are living longer than ever before with Kisqali when taken with an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant in postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali is a pill that's significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
This is Ford Truck Month. Time to take a ride in the all-new 2021 Ford F-150 with an available 12-inch touchscreen, an available interior work surface, and for powerful performance on demand, a class-exclusive available Pro-Power onboard mobile generator. These are America's best-selling trucks. This is Ford Truck Month. Inventory levels are coming back up, making Truck Month the time to get an F-150 with 0 for 72 and 1,000 retail order bonus.
The house before you, over 30 years old, still has its original window. It's bone chilling.
Folks, there's no need to be afraid of old windows. Just call Feldco for 50% off.
Right now at Feldco, get 50% off windows. Plus, no interest for 1 year.
50% off windows ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Tense Golfland now offers the new Top Tracer mobile system. Track your shots from grass and mat tee areas for free from your cell phone. Record your golf swing with stats provided. Play games like Capture the Flag. Have golf range entertainment fun with Top Tracer at Tense Golfland.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Hello and welcome back. What we're looking at here for these next 7 to 10 days, cooler temperatures. Now, it's been a beautiful start to this week. This morning, well, we saw some of those rain showers, but outside right now, for the most part, it still is a pretty nice day with temperatures in the low 70s for some of us. But those temperatures, they're going to fall back. We're looking at highs generally in the 50s and 60s here for most of this forecast coming up. Some sunshine does look to return here for both Friday and Saturday, but come Sunday, well, the rain chances are going to return. We still have a few more rain chances to get through here towards the middle and even end of this forecast as well. Live look outside right now. Some cloud cover has returned here to the Madison area, and that's going to be the case here for the rest of today. We are looking at variable cloudiness, so still some sunshine is a good possibility, but you're just as likely to see quite a bit of some cloud cover moving through. Now, what we're looking at on our Doppler track right now, even a weaker thunderstorm down around Janesville. It does look like this is tracking towards the Janesville area right now. So Janesville, you may hear a rumble of thunder or two over these next 30 minutes or an hour or so. Not to be too worried as of right now, but of course, when thunder roars, go indoors. It's better to be safe than sorry, even whenever we're looking at weaker thunderstorms. But our future track does show a few more of these showers and weaker storms potentially making their way through. Even in the overnight hours, a few more of those scattered showers are going to be possible. And then towards tomorrow morning, a lot of this is going to exit our area, but we are looking at that shower chance here, especially towards the morning hours. In the afternoon, it does unfortunately look like we're going to stick under quite a bit of some cloud cover, but at least we do look to dry things up. And then later on in the nighttime hours, it does look like those dry conditions take over, but we're also going to get rid of the cloud cover, and that's going to drop our temperatures quite a bit. Temperatures even near freezing here for Friday morning. This is one of our models that's actually pulling up upper 20s for some communities, so get ready for some cooler temperatures. Now, of course, those are morning low temperatures. Afternoon highs are still expected to generally remain in those 50s and 60s, but then your precipitation outlook does show a little bit higher than average average precipitation towards the end of this forecast. And of course, that is reflected in our forecast as well with those added rain chances. But as of right now, it does look like we're in a pretty decent pattern right now. Between each rain chance, we're still looking at some dry time here and there. And even the rain chances that we're looking at still don't look like it's going to rain all day long on these days by any means. So we do have those rain chances, still some dry time in between. 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, that's still showing warmer than average conditions. Average high temperatures fallen to about 58 degrees. That average high keeps on falling. Our extended forecast, that also shows temperatures falling again, 50s and 60s. We got to get used to them because that's where we should be here for this time of the year. We've seen those 70s here the last 3 days, but now we're going to start cooling things down. The rain showers that we're expecting today helping with that. Even tomorrow morning, we still could expect 1 or 2 of those showers in the morning hours. Possibility of some sunshine late in the day, but we're still going to see a lot of cloud cover. End of the forecast, however, does look pretty nice and seasonable with those mid to even upper 50s, and that's pretty much where we should be here this time of the year.
We've been living on borrowed time.
Yeah, it's felt a little like, summer's been extending a little bit into fall this year, and you know, a lot of people like that. Others, they're waiting for those cooler temperatures.
Yeah, get the sweaters out.
Yep.
All right, thank you, Austin. Well, what are the chances of this happening?
A street performer singing a John Legend song spots the legend himself in the crowd watching.
CNN's Jeannie Mose reports on a legendary encounter.
A street performer in Boston was crooning All of Me when suddenly she got all of him. John Legend loves all of you. The man whose song she was singing was standing right before her eyes, though at first
I saw a man with a trench coat and a mask step forward. I thought to myself, that looks quite like John Legend, but that couldn't be him.
But then he took his mask off.
I was absolutely stunned.
In town for a concert, Legend was outside Faneuil Hall with his wife Chrissy and his kids watching. Part-time singer Radha Rao performed Legend's song, never dreaming he'd be there.
It's definitely a fan favorite, and it's a song I feel so emotional about.
She said her mind went blank. She was nervous, but she kept singing as he nodded encouragement. Anyone who watches The Voice might expect him to wheel around any moment, but when Radha finished,
Give it up for Mr. Legend, John Legend. That's a surprise.
Legend reached in his pocket for his wallet, walked over to Radha and gave her a tip and a hug, telling her the song was beautiful. Give my all to you. But how much of his all did he give? Could she tell us how big a tip?
I would love to, but I actually don't know.
She just put it in her tip box and continued her set. But the one thing she does know,
I did give it my all.
Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
That is awesome.
It'd be like Walter Cronkite walking in here. What are you two doing? Yeah, that is pretty awesome. Well, coming up next on Live at 4, we'll tell you an inspirational story of Cabby Kong, who is representing Wisconsin in the National Teacher of the Year competition.
And then at 5, our Tahlil Mohideen takes us inside the increase in gun violence the past year and tells us what we can do to reduce it.
Clean, safe, fun. I wanted it all when we needed daytime care for Mom. But Grace's new adult day center is so nice. Now she goes twice a week while I'm at work and loves it.
A Grace, caring every step of the way. You call me devious, but you don't understand that all I am is a little mysterious.
So what do you think?
I love it.
What makes new Salonpas Arthritis Gel so good for arthritis pain? Salonpas contains the most prescribed topical pain relief ingredient. It's clinically proven, reduces inflammation, and comes in original prescription strength. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Habitat homes are built and bought by the hardworking families that live in them. Through affordable mortgages backed by your donations, Habitat Dane County offers a chance for these families to invest in their future and their community. Please donate or volunteer today.
Just outside of a town called Basic is Basic Lake, where families gather together for some basic fun. And if you have the 2021 Nissan Rogue with 5 drive modes, you can climb above Basic and find a trail where no one else goes. The 2021 Nissan Rogue. Anything but basic.
Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 13 models, or save up to $42.62 on select models.
Introducing Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. New luxury apartments for seniors 55 plus. Professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Brenna today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
With Dad's arthritis, he struggles with housework and bathing, so I called a Grace. Yes, a Grace. With their age-at-home service, Dad gets the help he needs to stay independent at home.
A Grace, caring every step of the way.
Tonight on News 3 Now at 5, as the state Senate looks to pass restrictive abortion bills, we'll clear up some questions on the current state of abortion laws here in Wisconsin.
And a few scattered showers still possible overnight before a drier pattern builds in with this weekend and some cooler temperatures ahead as well. We'll look at your full forecast.
Then at 6, Madison police team up with community groups to come up with solutions to the growing problem of youth violence. Join us tonight for that story tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
In this week's Eye on Education, we're highlighting a Verona teacher who recently received a very prestigious award.
As our Chris Stanford found out, he is breaking barriers.
Cabby Hong is opening the door for those who look like him to follow. Hong will represent Wisconsin in the National Teacher of the Year competition.
It means everything.
He's the first Asian American to do so.
I feel a tremendous sense of responsibility to not only represent the state of Wisconsin, but also Asian Americans in the state as well.
Hong is the son of Korean immigrants who came to America for a better life.
The best thing to come out of this whole process was the look on my parents' face. They poured all of their heart and energy and time into us, me and my sister. Here's the cool thing.
Not to be underestimated, Hong's achievement is inspiring his Verona High School students.
It so matters to me because, like, being someone who is Asian American, it's that representation that, like, we need in our community that hasn't been there.
Hong's award comes at a time when he and his Asian American students needed some good news. A rise in anti-Asian attacks hangs like a dark cloud.
I believe that education can solve so many of the social ills that are plaguing our society, and that if we talk about issues, that if we educate people about those issues, that there is hope.
When he gets down,
oh, this is a good one.
Hong opens up his binders.
You pushed me to be a better writer.
They're filled with letters.
You are one of the best teachers I've ever had.
From former students.
You're just struggling with motivation, and a lot of times you need some affirmation or a reminder of why you do this work. Okay, so if you did not have it complete...
Hong has built a career out of making meaningful connections. In the end, it comes down to inspiring future generations.
Growing up, I never saw anyone that looked like me accomplish anything. The more representation we have in our country, the more that my kids can see people that look like them in our society, the better it is for all of us.
As Wisconsin's National Teacher of the Year representative, Hong will receive $6,000 from the Herb Cole Educational Foundation and will participate alongside representatives from other states in various professional learning opportunities. I'm Chris Stanford. Back to you.
Thanks, Chris, and congratulations to Cabby. Wow, what a big honor.
It's huge.
Well, still to come at 4, the way you dial a phone number will be changing this Sunday.
We will find out why you will have to dial the area code on every call, even local ones, when Live at 4 continues.
It's time to find your next Chevy truck and forge ahead. Take on new challenges and take it to the next level. It's the perfect time to do more in your next Chevy. Find new possibilities, find new roads. Eligible customers get great offers from GM Financial Plus. No monthly payments for 120 days on all 2021 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups and get $1,500 cash allowance. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
I'm not getting through the pandemic just to end up with the flu.
I asked for Fluzone High-Dose Quadrivalent. It's the #1 used flu vaccine for people 65 and older.
Fluzone High-Dose Quadrivalent is the only vaccine approved by the FDA for superior flu protection in adults 65 plus.
I'm not letting my guard down.
Fluzone High-Dose Quadrivalent isn't for people who've had a severe allergic reaction to any flu vaccine or vaccine component, including eggs or egg products. Tell your healthcare professional if you've ever experienced severe muscle weakness after receiving a flu shot. People with weakened immune systems, including those receiving therapies that suppress the immune system, may experience lower immune responses. Vaccination may not protect everyone. Side effects include pain, redness and/or swelling where you got the shot, muscle ache, headache, and general discomfort. Other side effects may occur.
All flu shots are not the same. I raised my game with Fluzone High-Dose Quadrivalent.
Ask your doctor or pharmacist for Fluzone High-Dose Quadrivalent.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
An official message from Medicare.
Did you try it yet?
Comparing plans?
Oh, yeah, they sure can change year to year. I found lower premiums.
And lower prescription costs.
That'll save you money. So, Mark?
On Medicare.gov now.
Open enrollment ends December 7th.
Use the plan finder at Medicare.gov to compare Medicare health and prescription plans.
Comparing plans really pays.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
For over 60 years, Blain's Farm and Fleet's Toyland has brought joy and happiness to Midwest families. And now through Wednesday, we're celebrating our Toyland tradition by offering great deals for everyone's wish list. Like this remote control cat truck, only $42.99. Women's Alfred Dunner fashion collections are half off. Plus, help others' wishes come true with Kids Helping Kids. Donate new unwrapped toys and we'll match up to $200,000. Blain's Farm and Fleet's Toyland, where wishes come true for everyone. Don't miss our store-wide celebration now through Wednesday.
And welcome back. Taking a look at traffic, it's looking a little bit smoother than what we normally see, at least on the belt line at this time of the day. Usually we're seeing a little bit more red with those slowdowns, especially around where we are seeing the construction, but actually not so much here for today, which is good news, of course, if you are heading out on a drive pretty soon here. Down towards Janesville, we're looking at much of the same, and up here to our north and northwest. Wisconsin Dells, also a lot of green here on this map right now, which is good news for all of us. Currently, no accidents have been reported, at least to us.
Here's Aria, and there's Nolan's plate, okay? All right, bye, guys. Love you. Bye.
There goes Dad. All right, so he left one piece of trail mix on a plate for his little girl and a small handful of trail mix on a plate for his little boy. Well, right away, both start to enjoy their snack, but quickly, Aria realized her plate is empty. See, I'm out. She's out of the good stuff. So now to answer the question, will her big brother share? Yes. Nolan not only shares a few pieces of trail mix by putting them on her plate, he also hands over his cup to Aria to take a drink, which she does. And the experiment ends with smiles all around.
He's going to grow up to be a good guy.
Oh, that's so wonderful. Yeah, she's like, look, empty.
Yeah, I'm empty.
Yep, where's
All
Dad?
Right. Well, starting this Sunday, you'll need to punch in all 10 numbers to make a phone call, long distance or local.
So this applies to all customers with area codes 262, 414, 920, and 608. So why? Well, let's find out. Joining us right now is Madison College Information Security Architect Jesse LeGroux. Jesse, thank you so much for joining us.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so explain why the change.
In this case, the large push for it is to really make room for the National Suicide Hotline that's to come into effect in July of 2022, which is going to be 988.
So they have to, that number appears in some of these numbers? Is that why they don't want the confusion?
Exactly. So, in our case, we do have 4 different area codes that actually do use 988 in the beginning of the 7-digit phone number that we're used to. So, for example, a 608-988 number is out there somewhere, and to make sure that anyone who calls 988 is directed to the National Suicide Hotline in July of 2022, they need to make sure people are using the full 10-digit area code when they're dialing phone numbers.
And you do not have to dial the 1. Why is that?
You do not have to dial the 1 unless it is a long-distance telephone number. So one item that's not changing is costs when needing to call locally or to call long distance. So you only need to type that 1 in for a long-distance phone number. And usually in most cases, when you have the same area code, it will not be long distance, so you will not need to dial that 1.
Now, do cell phones do this automatically?
In many cases, cell phones really do the same thing traditional phones do. They do what we tell them. I think for a lot of the cell phones, I know I myself am spoiled because when someone calls me, I generally have, with the country code, the 10 digits after that as well. So when I save a contact, all of that information is stored for me, and when I usually hit call, all of that information is supplied. So I really don't think about it on a day-to-day basis. But if I am missing that information in a contact and I only have 7 digits, I will need to go back and edit that contact information to make sure that area code is in there as well.
So we covered all the Wisconsin area codes, but what about other states? Is this also affecting other places across the country?
Yes, this is affecting other locations around the country. I believe it's 34 states total. And so there are a variety of area codes throughout the United States that for the local code, which is that first after the area code, that 3-digit number, they also have 988 in there. So to make sure it doesn't conflict, they're also going to have to move prior to this July deadline for the National Security Hotline.
And this all happens on Sunday?
This all happens on Sunday.
All right, well.
Good luck, everyone.
You'll find out. Jesse, thanks for being with us today. Great information.
Thank you.
We'll have a final check of the forecast coming up.
This is Ford Truck Month. Time to take a ride in the all-new 2021 Ford F-150 with an available 12-inch touchscreen, an available interior work surface, and for powerful performance on demand, a class-exclusive available ProPower onboard mobile generator. These are America's best-selling trucks. This is Ford Truck Month. Inventory levels are coming back up, making Truck Month the time to get an F-150 with 0 for 72 and 1,000 retail order bonus.
Discover what's in store at Habitat Restore Dane County. You'll find something new every time you visit to keep your project on budget with low price and high quality home supplies. For one-of-a-kind items, shop Habitat Restore Dane County today.
What can I do with less asthma? With Dupixent, I can do more yard work, teamwork, long walks.
Hi, Tim. Game on!
That's how you do more with Dupixent, which helps prevent asthma attacks. Dupixent's not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma that can improve lung function or better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. It can reduce or even eliminate oral steroids. And here's something important. Dupixent can cause serious allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis. Get help right away if you have rash, shortness of breath, chest pain, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection, and don't change or stop your asthma treatments, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Are you ready to do more with less asthma?
Hey, come on.
Just ask your asthma specialist about Dupixent.
Tonight at 5, as the battle over abortion continues to heat up at the Capitol, we'll give you the facts about the current landscape of abortion law in Wisconsin. Also, an emotional plea from the family of a missing 3-year-old. Join us for News 3 Now at 5.
She gets paid in love from all of the kids and staff that she sees every day.
A friend to make the going easier for patients and families. See how Kiko is making a big impact at American Family Children's Hospital Thursday on News 3 Now at 6.
And welcome back. Tonight's low 50 degrees. Still quite a bit of some cloud cover with a few scattered showers here and there. Your extended forecast is not nearly as warm as what we have seen as well. Temperatures generally in the 50s and 60s. A few rain chances to get through as well. One of them for tomorrow, especially in the morning hours. Towards the end of the day, we're expecting a little bit of some sunshine, but still quite a bit of some cloud cover. Friday and Saturday right now, bringing back that sun.
Back to normal. Or to normal.
That's right.
All right, Austin, thank you. Tomorrow here on Live at 4, the Amy Awards are here.
Madison Magazine editor Andy Bailing joins us to celebrate strong, creative women entrepreneurs in memory of Amy Gannon.
That's tomorrow at 4.
Dry eye symptoms keep driving you crazy? Inflammation in your eye might be to blame.
Let's kick Ken's ache and burn into gear.
Over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating your eyes and may provide temporary relief.
Those drops will probably pass right by me.
Xiidra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease.
What is that? Xiidra? No!
It can provide lasting relief. Xiidra is the only FDA-approved non-steroid treatment specifically for the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. 1 drop in each eye twice a day. Don't use if you're allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort, or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. After using Xiidra, wait 15 minutes before reinserting contacts.
Got any room in your eye?
Be proactive about managing your symptoms by talking to your doctor about twice daily Xiidra like I did.
I prefer you did it.
Xiidra. Not today, dry eye.
Family's just very important.
She's my sister, and we depend on each other a lot.
She's the rock of the family. She's the person who holds everything together.
It's a battle, you know, I'm gonna be there.
Keytruda and chemotherapy been treating my cancer with 2 different types of medicine.
In a clinical trial, Keytruda and chemotherapy was proven to help people live longer than chemotherapy alone. Keytruda is used to treat more patients with advanced lung cancer than any other immunotherapy. Keytruda may be used with certain chemotherapies as your first treatment. If you have advanced non-squamous non-small cell lung cancer and you do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene, Keytruda helps your immune system fight cancer, but can also cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body. This can happen during or after treatment and may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain or tenderness, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst, or urine, confusion or memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching, or flushing. These are not all the possible side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems, or if you've had an organ transplant, had or plan to have a stem cell transplant, or have had radiation to your chest area or a nervous system condition.
It feels good to be here for them.
Living longer is possible. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. Ask your doctor about Keytruda.
In today's Final Touch, competitive eaters, professional and otherwise, have a new challenge to sink their teeth into.
You need to head to Crave's, a restaurant in Casper, Wyoming. There you will find the Karen, an 8-pound burrito. This belt-loosening behemoth includes 16 chicken strips, 16 pieces of thick-cut bacon, and a pound of lettuce. It is all wrapped in 4 14-inch tortilla shells, and whether or not you can stomach it, the Karen also comes with 2 pounds of fries.
Why not?
So far, at least 8 people have attempted the Karen challenge, and all have suffered defeat and probably indigestion afterward. The grand prize for winning the Karen challenge within an hour, $1.
That's it?
That's it. Crave's owner says he named this monster meal because it is impossible to win a challenge with a Karen.
There you have
But
it.
$100? $100 for that? It's not. No, need more than that.
All right, thanks for helping out. Say hi to Barry.
I'll tell Barry you said hi.
News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.